Michelle, can you hear me?
Okay, now it's fine. Okay, great. Thank you. All right, who would like to get us started?
This is Carla in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Go right ahead, Carla.
All right, Len. So my aha moment comes from the section on specialized knowledge, where the author quotes a leader from Columbia University talking about apprenticeship proposed. That's the subtitle. They're proposing a system of apprenticing students in offices, stores, and industrial occupations during the summer vacation. Mr. Moore asserts that after the first 2 or 3 years of college, every student should be asked to choose a definite future course and to call a halt if he has been merely pleasantly drifting without purpose through an unspecialized academic curriculum. And why this speaks to me so much, 35 years as an HR executive, hired in October of last year, but in the past 4 years, I've been doing a career planning practice where I support a lot of different people in demographics, women over 50, but one of my favorite are supporting parents and with their emerging students, emerging adults, 16 to 24, where they, I've seen it on the workforce side where they don't know what they're doing. And part of it is the universities. The universities, they have that career planning office, but for some reason there's a big gap between students leveraging that and finding out about themselves, and there's this drifting. So I it just speaks to me in terms of, and if people could do it earlier. I have a certification where, for students 12 to 16, getting details about their personality, interests, skills, and values. There's 33,000 different occupations, and people know what they know. They don't know what they don't know. So there's not enough work, pre-work, in terms of training up a student to go. So that really speaks to me that there's a need for my services that I provide. And even back to when this book was written in the early 1900s, that gap still exists. And I see it on both sides, for individuals as well as the workforce. So in terms of my commitment, my commitment is still unsteady of making that the way I envision it every single day, morning and night, reading my money equivalent statement. So I'm not getting off of that until it becomes a habit. It's like brushing my teeth 3 times a day. So that is my commitment, to read my money equivalent statement that I intend to get each and every day, morning and evening. So thank you for being there, Beverly, and I'll toss it back to you.
Thank you very much. Who would like to go next? Great.
I'll go next. This is Lynn Whitfield, and I'm driving, so I apologize. But my aha moment comes from the chapter on imagination, and every time I read it, it's just like an aha moment for me, where it talks about that all the great inventors, poets, musicians, everyone who's basically gotten great has done it because they developed their faculty of creative imagination. And it just always reminds me, all you need is an ideal. All you need is to be creative and come up with one ideal that you follow with a burning desire, and it can make a difference in your life. And so what I'm doing is really trying to instill that into my students every day, that they have everything they need within them. It's called their imagination, and that they need to use it. And I actually had them doing something creative this week. So that was my aha moment. My commitment, I wasn't on last week, but my commitment is to keep my Facebook Live and to tie them to Think and Grow Rich, and to read something to my class, all my classes every day from the Mosel Hill Institute to be taught for the day. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Who would like to go next?
I'm also, the person before me is in the same chapter that I'm in. It's on page 94, and I'm in the chapter of imagination, and it says, desire is thought impulse. Thought impulse are forms of energy. When you begin with the thought impulse of desire to accumulate money or any other object of desire, you are drafting into your service the same stuff that the nature used in creating the earth and every material from the universe, including the body and brain in which the thought impulses function. So for me, I'm in the chapter of imagination because I was going into what I'm planning for the next week is that I'm looking for additional clients for my business. And so the first step is imagining or, keeping in the forefront of my thought processes what my desire is and, looking for a client. And so I am constantly, I'm constantly just rehearsing in my mind what I'm looking for. And that keeps you sensitive on opportunity. So that's where I'm at in my reading. My goal for next week is I'm going to different networking meetings. I signed up for one for this weekend as well as Wednesday, and I'm continually finding different places, to go and shake hands and see who could be my potential client. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that. Who would like to go next? I can go next. I am reading out of the introduction on page 18, and it says, one of the main weaknesses of the human race is the average person's familiarity with the word impossible. People know all the rules which will not work. They know all the things which cannot be done. This book was written for those who seek the rules which have made others successful and who are willing to stake everything on those rules. A great many years ago, I purchased a dictionary. The first thing I did with it was to turn to the word impossible and neatly clip it out of the book. That would not be an unwise thing for you to do. Success comes to those who become success conscious. Failure comes to those who indifferently allow themselves to become failure conscious. The object of this book is to help all who seek to learn the art of changing their minds from failure consciousness to success consciousness. And so my aha moment came in the statement from success comes to those who become success conscious, and failure comes to those who indifferently allow themselves to be failure conscious. And if we are indifferently allowing ourselves to become failure conscious, to me, that means that we are not being intentional. We're not being, purposefully thinking on how to be success conscious. And through default, we just kind of marinate in that state of failure consciousness. So I'm going to make sure that I am intentionally and purposefully putting my minds on things that will lead to my success and my company's success. Um, See, last week I was working on certification. I did get that complete. And so this week I'm working on getting our website updated with some of the new projects and other things that we're doing. So thank you for allowing me to share. And who would like to go next?
Beverly, I can go.
Victoria Long Coleman.
Oh, okay.
I'm reading from chapter 7, Decision, page 150, chapter 4. I'm sorry, paragraph 4. Keep your own counsel when you begin to put in your own practice the principles described in this book by reaching your own decisions and following them. But then it goes on to say, take no one into your confidence except members of your mastermind group. My aha moment, the first part of this advice was passed down to me from my grandfather to my mother and then to me, that you should only share your plans with trusted family members, not just anyone. But what I've learned firsthand is that when you're building a business that may feel isolating, and it does. So my mastermind group has changed that. Most of who've known me, most of the people that own my mastermind group have known me for over 40 years. They understand my vision. They understand my journey. But now I'm also bringing in specialized experts that I do not know, but I'm vetting them to see if they're a good fit to help my program grow. My last week's commitment is I presented my investors presentation, and it was very successful, but I did not postpone. I had to postpone following up with them, and I'm postponing that to next week. Also last week, I said I was going to continue strengthening my personal care routines. I had kind of gotten off a little bit. So I returned to stretching and walking daily, and I'm still working on getting at least 7 hours of sleep. So next week, in addition to following up on my financial supporters, potentially, I'll continue reading Buy Then Build, chapter 6, and then Think and Grow Rich, chapter 8. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you for sharing that. Are you clear about what you want in your business and your life? Are you seeking accountability to stay on track and achieve your goals, especially when it comes to your financials? Then be our guest on the Clarity Mastermind. You can attend once as a guest. So that's the every first Tuesday, and I'm sure that Michelle and Ann will give you some additional information about that, where you can gain clarity and take control of your business and personal finances. You can find the link to join us in the Think and Grow Rich International Mastermind Association Facebook group. Don't miss this opportunity. All right, who would like to go next?
Beverly, I have a hand raised. Beverly, I
Who
have
would
a
like
hand.
to go next?
Beverly, I have a hand raised.
I'll go next. My name is Peter Gay, and this is my first time on the call. So I'm not quite sure how it goes. I joined late. I just heard the last person.
So what
I
So what we're doing, if you have read the book, or any pages in the book, we're giving an aha moment from the passages that you read, and then you are just giving us a very brief synopsis of what your goals are for the upcoming week.
So, this is my first time on the call. I've read the book before, but I didn't review it this past week. But I'll be prepared next week. Right now, my goal is to grow my business, and I decided that every day for the month of
I'm just gonna
April,
step off. I
I
need a
would
minute.
put
Let
up
me just
a
step over
new
here.
T-shirt. My business is about promoting self-love, and I sell print-on-demand T-shirts via an Etsy shop that is called We Are Body Song. And my goal for the next week is to sell 5 more T-shirts.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank
So
you.
thank you. I'm on day 25, and I have that design. It'll come out later, but for every day I've made it so far.
Great. Thank you so much for sharing that. Ann, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon. Oh, excuse me for some. Good morning. My apologies. I'm calling in from
If you're
Rebuke Me.
able.
Yes. Yes. Can you unmute me? Michelle, can you unmute me?
If you're speaking now, I can't hear you.
Michelle, can you unmute me? She has to turn up
I
the
see your
volume.
hand raised, but I don't hear you.
Michelle, can you ask her to turn up the volume? She has the speaker on her laptop turned down. The
Michelle,
speaker
are
on
you
her
able to hear Ann?
Michelle, the speaker on her laptop is turned down, Michelle. She has to,
Okay, someone else said they cannot hear Ann.
Michelle, can you come off mute, Michelle?
Oh, we can hear you now.
Yes, thank you. Good morning and good afternoon from Rebuke, Croatia, where the place of the Game of Thrones were recorded, and the place where Ron Brown's plane went down in 1996. So I just wanted to just share that because it was an eye-opener for me this morning. But my aha from the reading comes from organized planning. And actually the first couple of pages, and I'll just read this kind of quickly. The author says that in order to vet your plans, that you should ally yourself with a group of as many people as you may need for the creation and the carrying out of your plan or plans for the accumulation of money, making use of the mastermind principle described in chapter 1. For some of you, use it chapter 2. Before forming your mastermind alliance, decide what advantages and benefits you may offer the individual members of your group in return for their cooperation. No one will work indefinitely without some form of compensation. No intelligent person will either request or expect another to work without adequate compensation, although this may not always be in the form of money. And that was my aha. And then I'll drop down to where he says, maintain perfect harmony between yourself and every member of your mastermind group. If you fail to carry out this instruction to the letter, you may expect to meet with failure. The mastermind principle cannot obtain where perfect harmony does not prevail. That was my aha from the reading. My goal is to start 50 different mastermind groups between now and the end of the year. And so I am working on a strategy because the goal is not being achieved. And so I really want to add greater value to individuals who are looking to start mastermind groups. Because a lot of people start groups, but they don't know how to maintain the group in terms of what is required. And so that's my goal. I am committed for next week to continue to read through the organized planning principle. And I am keeping the goal to start at least one more group between now and next week. That's my accountability, and thank you for allowing me to share it. I'll go back on mute. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing that. Who would like to go next? All right. Let's just think about all the ways you've benefited from this call. Who do you know that could use accountability to build momentum in their life? Invite them to join the next Friday Accountability Mastermind. They can register on Eventbrite under the Think and Grow Rich Accountability Mastermind. Let's help others stay on track and achieve their goals as well. And also, we are looking for volunteers to help host the Friday Accountability Call. We will provide you with clear instructions, training, and a script to make it easy. And if you're interested in volunteering, we would love to have you on board. Okay, who would like to go next? Okay, hearing none. I know we have one new caller. Are there any other new callers on the line? If this is your first time calling, please introduce yourself and let us know where you're calling from and how you heard about our call. Any new callers? Okay, and I'm not sure if your hand is raised. Okay. Thank you. Well, if there are no new callers, we hope you enjoyed this call today. We hope that you got some excellent tidbits and inspirations that you can use in your life. And at this time, I'll ask Ann if you have any last minute comments, if you're able to speak.
Yes, Beverly, thank you so very much. Just want to remind everybody to join us tomorrow. We have another phenomenal guest on the Think and Grow Rich Mastermind Live on YouTube. You can go to YouTube and subscribe, and you'll get the notifications. Just click that notification bell. That's Ann McNeil YouTube channel. And I want to thank everybody that came on and shared, those who came on and listened, and those who keep showing up. We also do have a early risers. We've had people talk about the 5 a.m. club. We've been doing early risers way before the 5 a.m. club started. And it's really 5 a.m. for some, maybe late, and 5 a.m. for some, maybe early. But if you are interested in participating, you can go to the Think and Grow Rich Facebook group. The link there, there's a link, and you can just click it and register to join if you're interested in just getting up just a little bit earlier. But other than that, Beverly, thank you so very much. And well, thank everybody for joining us. And Michelle, always thank you for the support you give. All right, Beverly, that's it for me. Thank you.
All right,
everybody.
thank you guys, and everybody have a wonderful weekend. And keep reading the book, keep having those aha moments, and keep using them to your benefit to move yourself forward. Thank you.